Greetings everyone, DFG coming to you from the cemetery. Hey guys, I hope you're having a great Thursday. Hey, I just want to take a moment and ask you a question. Did you hear about the Democratic primary candidate? He's a so-called African-American gentleman down in Florida. And his Republican primary candidate made a comment yesterday. And in the comment, you know, he was talking to his constituents about certain things, and the word monkeying around came up in the conversation. Let me set the record straight. You know, this is your news, your media, uninfluenced, uncompromised, you know what I'm saying, without agenda. You know, I heard what the guy said. You know, I'm talking about the Republican candidate. I heard what the guy was talking about. And this guy was talking to his constituents. And he was telling them that between the liberal movements around how, you know, liberals feel about immigration. Now, I'm just sharing what you said. This is not my politics. But how liberals feel around integration and how liberals feel around socialism, that, you know, talking about, you know, national health care, things of that nature, that they didn't have time to be monkeying around. They need to be focused, and they need to come out, and they needed to vote. Because if they did not vote, then they were putting, you know, the country or the state in particular at risk in terms of, not being able to protect, in his words or their words, the conservative views, or at least some conservative views around, you know, protecting the borders, and the federal government, you know, giving welfare to everybody. So the CNN and some of these other mainstream media outlets took that one little snippet of what he said, and they've built a whole racial narrative around it. And to me, that's disrespectful to us as men and women of color, because we're not little children, and we don't need you to draw our narrative for us. We damn sure don't need you taking words out of context, and then repackaging that and putting that out, blasting that out in the community like somehow you are our white saviors coming to rescue the poor, you know, little darkies, you know, out there, you know, in the cotton fields, you know, who have nobody to speak up for them but old Uncle Tom and old Mammy Sally. And let me give you even a better, you know, example of how this could sound. Let's just say if you and I, talking to you, we were running for some type of, say we were in high school and we were running for, I don't know, class president, okay? And I, as a class president, was running on a ticket that we need to end all athletic programs in school and just focus on academics. You, on the other hand, said, no, we need to have athletic programs, because if we don't have athletic programs in the school, then, you know, the kids will have no outlet, and it will be hard for them to be able to come in and concentrate. Or better yet, athletics build teamwork. You know, and we need, and the two works very well together. And so as you were sharing, you know, your platform or your issue and trying to sell, you know, your rationalization on why we should have athletics, the children in your class or the student body that was listening to you were all goofing off, and you said to them, hey guys, come on, you know, we don't have time to be monkeying around. We need to get this stuff done. Come on, focus. Focus, guys, I need your attention. Now, would you have, in telling, you know, the student body to stop monkeying around and focus, had called me a monkey? Now, unless you're not very bright, and, you know, and I think you are, but maybe, you know, anyway, shoe fits wear it, so I guess that's, you know, I almost said if the glove don't fit, it quit, but I knew that could be offensive. But unless your star is not very bright, you know good and so well what I said is, or what that person would have said would have not been calling me a monkey. Nor did that Republican candidate call that Democratic primary candidate a monkey. It just didn't happen. And guys, I'm bringing this up because we got enough issues to deal with as is, talking about people of color, with our own issues, you know, with the crime rate that's going on, the poverty rate, the unemployment rate, getting, jobs that pay a living wage, you know, not these entry-level jobs. We have issues in terms of parenting, you know, developing our culture. You know, we have issues with learning how to interact with each other, socialize with each other in positive ways, you know, helping each other to grow professionally, intellectually, and spiritually. You know, we have health issues. We got too many things to be focused on already than for these, you know, liberal-minded, manipulating dogs who really don't give a damn about us. They only give a damn about their agenda. They don't care about us black people, or so-called black people. If they cared about so-called colored people, so-called colored people have been voting the Democratic ticket, all right, for the last at least 40 years, maybe longer than that. And we're in the situation we're in right now because we've been voting that ticket. Now, I'm not talking about voting for, you know, Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is a goddamn idiot, in my opinion, all right? And I'm entitled to my opinion, just like you're entitled to your opinion. If you don't think he's an idiot, then you don't think he's an idiot. I think he's an idiot. You follow me? And I've already stated to you, my vote was not to vote. That's how I exercised my right in this last election, because I didn't want someone who was okay with killing babies, and someone whose husband was okay with sending black men, you know, to prison, you know, for drug crimes and street strike rules. I wasn't okay with someone who called, you know, young black misguided men super predators. Talking about Hillary Clinton, just for the record. Someone who was doing all kind of behind the scenes, called Bernie Sanders supporters deplorables. And, you know, you can go on and on and on with her behavior. I'm not even going to talk about the situation that went on with the, and this is way back, so maybe I won't bring that in, you know, to the conversation with all kind of murder and drug-related things that went on in Mena, Arkansas, you know, when her husband was the governor down there, and some people died who were associated with the Clintons because they had information on the Clintons. So I had my reasons to not get in. And to go vote for Donald Trump, who coming out of Las Vegas, you know, one of the most corrupt, criminal-based states in the whole country. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, you know, cities in the whole country. What do you think you're going to get from Donald Trump? A Boy Scout? An Eagle Scout? Please. But I digress. Coming back to the situation at hand, I'm just saying to you, you know, that don't let anybody manipulate you. Get the whole story before you react. You know, find out the facts. Do a little research. You know, ask the second question. You follow me? The question behind the question. And ask yourself, you know, why? Why would someone even in this situation, I'm talking about again, the mainstream media trying to cause racial tension between blacks and whites, like we don't already have enough issues with these dumbass white supremacists already. All right, like we don't already have enough problems already with, you know, with innocent, you know, black men and women getting shot, in many cases killed by police officers, like the little young man who was shot in Dallas a couple of years ago, you know, where they claim he was trying to run over him in a car, although he's in the passenger seat of the car. And they convict the cop, which was a good thing, but guess what? He didn't get life in prison or the death sentence, and Texas does have capital punishment. He got 15 years in prison. 15 years in prison. You get 15 years in prison for, I don't know, robbing a bank and not hurting anybody. You get more than 15 years in prison. He killed a young kid, and that's all he got. So we have bigger issues to deal with already. We don't have time for these low-level, low-thinking parasites who all they want to do is play on your emotions as a man and woman of color. All right? So we got to put a stop to this. And for the white liberals who see through this thin veil of bullshit, then obviously, you know what I'm saying is true as well, and we need to hear your voice. We need you to be speaking up and speaking out more about this. Turn off CNN. You follow me? I don't know if they're fake news or not, but I know they're definitely news that is used for propaganda and to manipulate, and Fox News as well. You know, get your own social media channels like this channel, Gideon's Flight channel. At least we'll tell you the truth and give it to you straight. You know, we have no agenda other than to inform and keep you, on your toes. You know, and the last thing I'll say, in closing this video, I saw this video with these Asian, shops where these Asian women were, getting in a fight with these black, people who were patronizing their businesses, and take a closer look at that situation. You follow me? Because nobody should be attacking anybody in no place of business. But I just want to say again, be careful with that narrative, because look at it. Wise people look at both sides of a matter. As that old saying is, there's my way. There's your way, and then there's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to make sure that the truth is the most important thing. You follow me? Don't let people just get you thrown off just because of emotion. Nobody want to see people who are related to them in ethnicity get taken advantage of, especially if it's based off of just the color of their skin. But sometimes a little bit more behind that. You need to look at that. You need to think critically about these things. Because if you don't, then you get penciled into a very childish mindset. That's why, most white people could go around, when Obama was elected president, and saying, well, they just voted for him because he was black. And a lot of people say, yeah, I did vote for him. But that was an insult. They said, in other words, it didn't matter what the politics were. It didn't matter what your needs were. It didn't matter whether or not he was going to make a commitment to make your situation better if you elected him as your president. They said those things didn't matter to you. You were like a little child. As long as you won't get a piece of candy, you didn't care who had to go and get the candy. You just wanted the candy. And that's an insult. And if you did vote for him because of the color of your skin, I'm not knocking you, but I hope you learned that if you're going to do that, then don't criticize any other politician. If you're going to vote for somebody because of the color of their skin, then you shouldn't be criticizing Trump's policies. Because you already said policy. When you make those kind of decisions, you're already saying policies don't matter. You should be using your vote, for representation. And if them jokers don't speak to your needs and don't want to commit to your needs, then I'll be damned if you should be giving them your vote. They sure won't be getting mine. But, that's it, guys. I went a little longer than I hoped to go. But that Florida thing, it did not go down like that. And I'm not in a position to defend nobody. I just don't want to be disrespected as a man of color, Native American, to this land, my people's land. I don't want to be disrespected by someone coming with lies, telling, lies on and saying somebody has done something or said something to us and feeding us this foolishness. There's a ghost in the closet, little boy. And woo! I am an adult male. And you will not talk to me like that. And if you do, I'm going to call your ass out on it. Simple as that. That's what I'm doing. I'm calling them out on that lie and propaganda. Okay? Love you guys. Thank you for listening to me. I need you to subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Leave your comments. If you don't agree, that little thumb over there, just press that button. But if you press them, then tell me what you don't agree about. I promise you I'll respond to you, give you at least my perspective on it. And if you do like it, obviously thumbs up. And help these men who gives a damn about our community and our society and our country. All right, guys? Love you. Coming to you from the graveyard. Peace. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.